And welcome back to my channel, Night Owl Collage. I'm Amber, and welcome to week 3 of a Fairy Spring Collab 24. Today we are going to be working on embellishments, and I'm going to be just working on one of my signatures. We're going to be embellishing our purple signature here. So we're just going to go ahead and get started with some embellishment ideas. So if you have an envelope in here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this. So this is just a plain white envelope. I want to get this covered. So I'm going to take this out for now. And I think I want to, since we have on this page this kind of teenage fairy, I think it was Teri in her video that they were kind of teenage fairies. We're going to use those teenage fairies again. So I'm going to use this teenage fairy here, and I'm going to use one on the back. So we're going to cut those down. I'm going to tear them. So I'm going to tear them along that border first, and then see how big I need to make it. Catch anything on fire, Amber? Okay. All right. So we have this fairy on this side, and I like that I have a little bit of writing space here, and then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And I'm going to ink the edges since the background is white. I want a little bit of contrast there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and ink those. And this is Distress Oxide Victorian Velvet. And when I'm gluing like a whole sheet of paper down, I like to use a glue stick instead of like art glitter glue, like a wet glue, so the paper doesn't warp. Get some glue paper here. And then I like to put glue on the middle first and then the edges, so the edges don't dry out while I'm getting the middle. Okay, now on the back, since this is open, we're gonna do it a little bit differently. I'm going to put glue on this. Not going to go quite to the edges just because it's not as big, but almost to the edges. I'm just going to lift up my finger there so I don't get it on the inside of the envelope. And I'm also going to run just a small line of wet glue on this side, just so that edge of the paper is glued down. I want to keep my pocket open because I'm going to open this side. Okay, so that is embellished, but I want to open up that edge. I'm just going to do a sliver. But now we have that open. This is coming up, so I'm going to just put a little bit of wet glue there, just the construction of the envelope when I cut it. Okay, so this is now open, and I actually do want to put this in there. I'm going to see if it fits. I might have to cut it down, but we'll see. I just have to cut it down slightly so it's easier to open. It fits, it's just not easy. So I'm just gonna take just a sliver off there. That should fix that problem. And I'm just gonna round that a little bit more. Make sure this fits better now. There we go. So that's how I want that. And I want to put some writing space on the inside. Depends on which one I want. I think I want this one like this. So I'm gonna take this paper and I'm gonna cut it down to this size. And I think I might do 2 spaces there for writing instead of one long piece. And I'm gonna tear it. And then kind of do that in half. Okay, so that's fine, because I still want to see this purple gingham here. So just like this, I'm gonna put it like that. And I think I'll do these on opposite sides because this is this way and this is this way. So I'll keep it the orientation of the outside. And I'm gonna ink these too. Okay, so I'm gonna put this in, but what I'm gonna do is I'm going to make it a secret spot. So you're gonna be able to have a little, I think, yeah, a little paper that will tuck in here. Because, you know, we're dealing with fairies and magical things. Why not secret spots, right? I love when there's little secret hidden spots in journals. It feels so fun. Okay, so that piece will be open, and then do the same thing on this side, but we're going to turn it the other way and make the secret spot on that side. Y'all, you forgot to tell me I didn't turn my fairy lights on. I had to stop and do that. I remember last video I didn't put my candle on. Now it's all good. We've got the effect now. So I've got this butterfly notebook paper that I just got from the dollar store. So I'm gonna fold it into thirds. And I'm just gonna stick that right in there. And I'm just gonna leave it peeking out just a bit, so it's still kind of like, wait, is there something there? I don't know. Must investigate. That one will go right on this side. So we're going to close that up, and we're going to stick it in our envelope, if I can find it. I don't know where I put it. Okay, so we're going to stick that right in there. Beautiful. Okay, and then I'm going to put that right back in there. Okay, so now we have this. And then I'm going to show you how we're going to make a fairy door right here. Okay, so let me take this page out so we can work on that. So I want a fairy door here. Now I'm going to use this door here, and I'm going to cut this out. This is in, I believe, Stacy's kit. Okay, and I'm actually going to back this onto this purple paper. I'm going to cut tear a little bit off, just because I want this to be bigger than what I had originally done, to give my card more room that I'm going to have. Okay, so I'm going to just glue this right onto this purple page. Okay, if you don't have the fairy door, if you don't have this kit, you can just use like a tag, like any tag that you have, or cut a tag shape and do the same, draw a door and make the same cuts that I do. You can do the exact same with the tag. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna open up the door with my X-Acto knife. If you have a craft knife, if you can make a slit and then use scissors, whatever is your favorite tool to use. So I'm just going to follow along the line of the door. So you're making, when you're cutting, you're making like a capital I shape. Hopefully that got through the, okay, I got through both layers. And then we are going to fold those doors back. So now we have our door, and you'll see why I chose to put it on a backing here in a minute, but I'm going to go ahead and ink the inside of the door. All right, and I'm going to ink on the outside here. Okay, so what are we going to find inside this door? We're going to find some fairies. Okay, so this is a pocket. I can't remember which kit this came out of. I'm not sure, but it is a pocket, and we're going to make it into a journal card. So I want this, you see, I want it to come down a little bit below the door so it doesn't slide out. So that's about where I want it to come. So the height is fine. And then what I need to cut off, it's gonna come about right here. That's where I want it. So I need to cut off about, I'm just gonna make a snip where I need to cut on each side. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut that. Okay, so now I have this card that's going to be sliding in under here, and that's why I wanted, because when you cut the door open, there's not much room for the card to fit in. It would just kind of pop out. That's why I wanted to have this backing here. So I'm gonna go ahead and glue that down here. And I'm just gonna glue those 3 sides. let that dry for a moment. And then for the journal card itself, I'm gonna ink that up. And I'm gonna cover up this white bit with a tag here. Okay, so I kind of like that. I like this admit one ticket for this because I like the idea of being admitted to the fairy world. I think that's really cute. Let's cut those off. So I'm gonna make it a tag like that, or a tab. I am going to add something to the top because it's not quite covering that white like I want it to. Well, it's not really that noticeable, but I think I still want to put something there. Yeah, I have a bit of this that I think I will put down. I'm just gonna use some Fabri-Tac. I'm gonna use some Fabri-Tac to put this down. That looks cute. Roll that up a little bit, scrunch it up, and then I'm going to put this over top of that. Okay, there is our, and now that I think about it, I kind of want to add a fairy charm. I just want to add one. It looks like a good spot to add one. Maybe you know what? I forgot I had these. I have these little winged keys. Perfect for the door, right? I'm so excited about that. Okay. I love it. Okay, we're gonna do that. And we're gonna add an eyelet. Oh, I should have marked that. That was way off, guys. Look at that. That was way off. Okay, I should have marked that hole. You know what? We're gonna go with it. We are gonna go with it. You know, it's just what we're gonna do. It's so off that it looks intentional. That's how off it is. That it looks like I meant to do it. So. That's why we're just gonna go with that. Okay, things work out. Let's see if this one will work. Man, I wish I had rose gold. Well, that's next on my list. Okay. So now we're gonna put that on our page. Let's slide that right in there. So we've got our fairy door with the key. And let's pop that, put that in. Okay, our fairy door with our key and our journal card right there. So our next page is this one, and I said I wanted to make this into a little tuck spot area. So we're going to take that out and work with that. So first of all, I want to cover up this image because I really don't like this image here. So I want to use one of these. I don't think this one's gonna work out too well just because of the placement. That fairy's gonna be hidden. maybe if I put it out more, but I think maybe this one will work best. So I'm gonna go ahead and tear that one out. I don't want to use the cutter, I want to use my tearing ruler. And I'm going to ink those 3 edges that will be shown. Okay, so this fairy's going to be right here. So I'm going to glue that down with my glue stick. And then I'm going to glue the sides here of this down with my art glitter glue. I love this kit, these kits. There's like so many wonderful images to use. I mean, just any style, something for everybody. And since I don't like this to be white, I'm going to take some lace and cover that. This is like just the right size. So I'm gonna just put, I'm gonna adhere this with Fabri-Tac. Okay, and then I'm just gonna stick a journal card in there. This is actually a card from my fairy digital kit. It's called Gingham in Gold, and it's linked down below. But I just like the size of this for that. And I'm just gonna ink it in gold. I've got these gold sparkles on it. And this is Adley Edwards metallic ink in gold. So I'll stick that one right in there. Okay. So there's that page, and then we're gonna move on to this one. I'm gonna use this, we're gonna cover up this strip here with an envelope. So I'm gonna use this one and cut that out. All right, so I went ahead and constructed this envelope and inked it. And so I'm just going to glue it to this tab here. I'm trying to figure out how I want to do the back. I think I might want to make it a bit of a tuck spot, but I have to cut this down, or maybe fold it, because it's got a weak spot right there and it's a little torn. So I think maybe if I do that, that would be better. And yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. So I'm just gonna glue this section down. And then I'm gonna glue this on top of that. So I'm not making that a tuck spot because it's just, I feel like it's too small. But I don't think it looks as unfinished now with that edge. And I'm going to put in, so this journal card is in the opposite kit, so it's not this size. So I'm just going to cut it down to about half size, and I'm going to use it like that. And I think I might round the corners on the, so I'm going to stick that right in there. And we need to put like a closure here. So I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use a fairy house for a closure. Now, which one do I want to use? I'm kind of liking this one because it's more purplish. And I've lost my scissors. Okay, so I've inked this fairy house and it's quite large for this, so I'm just gonna put glue along here so that we can tuck that that flap under. So I just gotta look at where I want the glue. I'm just gonna lift that up, kind of just do a diagonal line where I want this to be. And now that I moved it, it's gonna be wrong. Okay. Okay. So now that should be able to come out from there and tuck back in. Okay. Okay. So we put our little envelope in here, and then the next page we're gonna work on is this one. We're gonna add a hidden paper clip to it. So I'll put that to the side for now. You're going to need one of these envelopes, but I did cut off the flaps, okay? So we do not need the flaps for this. We're gonna fold it down where the seam is. If you look on there, you can see that there's I mean, it's the same shape, but you can see where the pattern stops. So you're just gonna fold that down. I'm gonna measure where I folded this on this one. Okay, so I'll tell you the measurement in just a sec. Okay, so we're on the, so we've got this flap, and then we're gonna fold it at about 1 3/4 inches. Okay, I'm gonna fold that back up. Okay, so you have a fold there. We're gonna fold it in, okay? And then we're going to fold it back down with a little bit of a gap between that fold and this one. Okay, see how here's the fold, and we're gonna fold that with a little bit of a gap. So you're gonna need a paper clip. I'm putting that right in the middle. Actually, I'll do it that way. We'll put that right in the middle, okay? Because we want to have some room here for this to glue down, okay? Okay, then we're gonna glue this to this. Okay, just, oh, my glue stuck. Glue all that down. Really press it good. Okay. And I have a little bit of overhang there I'm going to cut off. And then you're going to glue this down, but only to this white part here. So make sure that you're putting glue on the paper clip itself, and go from the gap all the way Don't go all the way to the edge because then you'll like smush out the glue onto your other piece, which you don't want glued. Okay, so now we're gonna press that down. Give it a good press. Really press over that paper clip so we know that paper clip is in place. And if you want to come in here and just take your nail and make sure that bottom part under the paper clip is pressed down. That's a really important part to get down because you don't want it to catch when you're putting it onto a page. And I'm just gonna snip off this little bit that's showing there. Okay, and then I'm gonna ink that up. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna decorate the front and the back of this. So the first thing I want to do is make her wings a little more fancy. So I'm going to take my gold metallic pen. This is a Uniball Sigma, and then I'm just going to trace over the wings this veining detail as well. Okay, then I'm going to add a little flower. I have this flower trim I've had for quite a while, and I'm going to remove this little pearl thing here because I don't want that bulking up my journal. Okay, so I'm going to use Fabri-Tac to adhere that. And I'm also going to put a flower gem there. I'm going to use Fabri-Tac on that too. I don't think it'll stick well without. And I just got these little flower gems from Hobby Lobby. And I also have this cute little purple flower trim here, or well, it's not purple flowers, but it's the centers are purple. And I'm just gonna glue that right to the side. I love flower trims, don't you? They're so cute. I want to use them on everything. I don't have enough of them though. I need to find more. Okay. Very cute. Some lace would look good there as well. On the back, we're going to add some lace. I have this purple lace that is just perfect. So I'm just going to add my Fabri-Tac all over the back. And add my purple lace. I really like how this edge hangs over the bottom of the hidden paper clip. It's just perfect. It's just like the perfect size. And this is 2 1/4 inch lace. And then we're gonna have this little medallion in the center. So I have a green medallion this time. I am going to sew around it. So I used a decorative stitch around this, and I'm also going to leave the tails of thread. So when you sew, if you're sewing around yours, leave the thread tails, don't cut them off. Okay, so I have done a decorative stitch around this and have left the thread tails, and I'm going to just tie those into a little bow. Okay, so I'm just going to cut off the excess thread. And I'm gonna put a little bit of glue over that so it doesn't come undone. And then I'm gonna make a little backing circle with my pinking shears to go behind this. I should have done this before I did the sewing, so just be careful not to cut your little threads and bow that you just did. I'm gonna just rotate this so I'm not in danger of cutting the threads. Okay. So I'm gonna glue down my backing circle first. And that is a little wonky right there. Okay. And then I will glue down my fairy medallion. Okay, press that on really good. And then we can adhere it, or not adhere it, to our page. Just like that. And we have that beautiful image on the other side. And let's see, I think we got just a couple more things. I think I'm gonna leave this page alone. And this page, this I'm gonna cover, okay? We've got two more things. So I'm just gonna cover this with this paper that I have here. So I want to make sure, this I'm not going to tear. I'm just going to cut it. And I think I will put a butterfly just for some extra interest. Right there. Okay. And maybe I should put some flowers on this side. I think I'll just put one right there. And then, last thing, okay? Oh, there goes my fairy lights again. We're gonna add an embellishment to this side of this page that's plain, okay? And this is where those strips come in I told you to save. So these are just the strips that we tore off the pages, and you're gonna need 3. And we're going to put 2 of them together like this. And we're gonna put the other one almost at a right angle to the other 2. Okay, and we're just gonna clip those together. Okay, so this is where, if you know how to braid, you're good, okay? So I'm gonna take the outer strip of the one that has the 2, and I'm going to just fold it so that it runs parallel to this other strip. And I'm going to add glue every time I do this, just a little bit of glue to hold that down. Okay, now I'm going to take this one just like you're braiding, fold it down so that it's parallel with this one over here, okay? And put glue underneath that. And then we're gonna keep going. I'm gonna take the outer one, fold it over till it's parallel, running parallel with this one. And I have inked, or actually I had my husband ink, thank you, hun, the edges of these for me so that they have a little more pop to them. Okay, and then I'm gonna take the outside one again, fold it over so that it's parallel. Lift it up and add the glue under there. So I'm gonna keep going, but I'm gonna speed up this process for you. Okay, once that's all braided, we're gonna come back to the top and make sure that is glued down. And then you can add it. I like this side, I like the back side better. Just when I have been doing them, I always felt like I liked the back side better for some reason. So I'm gonna actually attach this to the edge of my page. I think it looks really cute, really beautiful, and really kind of fun and fairy-ish, I think. Just the colors that were on the strips from the kits make it just really fun. So I'm just gonna glue that down right there, and then I'm gonna cut off the ends of the strips. How cute is that? I love that. Okay, so I'm probably gonna add another one of those to the other side, but I don't think we have more time in this video to do that. So let me just show you what we have done. I didn't finish it all, but I think we got a good amount done, and I hope you got some good ideas. So first of all, we have covering this envelope and making it into a pocket, and we have a writing space with some secret journaling spots. Secret notes from the fairies, I suppose. We have a door that has a fairy door with a journal card, and a ticket and a key. So that's all you need, right? And then this one's still wet. So then we have turned our large book page into a tuck spot here. And we have attached an envelope to this bag tab. We made a hidden paper clip. We have covered the brown bag and add some sticker embellishments to those. And we have made this beautiful paper braid for the side of this page, this white page. And I think I'm gonna add another one there. And I still have to do something with this envelope as well. But I think we have reached the limit of our time. I hope you have found some inspiration in the way that we have tackled embellishments today. Please let me know in the comments what was your favorite embellishment. Don't forget to watch all the videos this week to get your name into the drawing. Subscribe, like, and comment, and follow that hashtag a Fairy Spring Collab 24. And I will see you next week when we bind and finish this journal. It's gonna be so exciting to have a finished journal. And then we will have our drawing for some super fun prizes. Don't forget to grab all those freebies, 21 freebies. You don't wanna miss out on that. And I will see you again next week, guys. Have a great day and have fun building your journals. Bye.